But I would say 50 to 60% of cars here are non-ULEZ compliant right now.
Yes.
I think that's a fair assessment.
You'd be right.
And I think that we were thinking or we're speculating about how this, because I've sadly spoken to quite a lot of people here that are saying their cars are actually up for sale. Hey guys, here it is, the last car meet that I'm attending before ULEZ kicks in about 2 days, 3 days time. So last chance to drive this without having to pay the ULEZ charge. Thought I'd have to take the advantage and come up to the WLC West London Classics meet here at the Runnymede Pleasure Ground. It's still early, some cars are turning up. I've already seen something that has literally blown my mind. I'm going to go talk to the owner in a bit. But yeah, the last car meet, the last freedom drive before ULEZ kicks in had to be done. Anyway, let's go have a look around here. So as you can see, a few cars are coming in, some really cool stuff already here. Obviously, my car is here, but the thing that caught my eye straight away, I couldn't believe it when it rolled in. This is something that I lusted after as a kid. This is not just any Civic. This is a Type S, and it belongs to Ray. Hello, Ray. How you doing?
Hello.
Grab the mic.
Hi, Suzanne.
Tell me about this. Is incredible. You know, it's probably I'm the most excited to see this car than anything else already so far. I haven't seen one of these in years. Come in front of the camera and explain to me, how long have you had the car, and what have you had to do to it to get? I mean, I've not seen one like this in this condition for, I don't know, I can't even remember.
Yeah, this car belonged to an old chap when I was running a fish and chip shop.
All right.
Yeah, it was about maybe near 10 years ago.
Right.
He's one of my customers. He's an old fella. I said, "Do you want to sell this car to me?
Yeah.
I really like it."
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, I'll think about it," because I always see him every day. He always gets the newspaper from the next door's news agents. And then one day out of the blue, he came, "Oh, I want to sell my car."
Yeah.
I said, "You know, how much do you want for it?" "Give me $350." And then
No way.
yeah, and then that's how I got my car.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I was driving the Honda Accord Type R.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's how I got into like old Hondas.
Yeah, those are really cool. I love the Accord Type R.
And then I subsequently got a Mark I Civic as well, which I still have. So
We had a Mark I Civic as well. I wish I'd kept those.
Yeah.
Those are so rare now.
yeah, so basically I had it for.
But did you know? So when you bought this, or when you offered the guy the money, did you know that this was a Type S and that it was something a little bit?
I didn't. I knew it was a special model, but I didn't really look into it because I wasn't into like anything that's before 1990s.
Right.
Yeah, so it was quite something that's new to me. But yeah, the more I sort of like researched on old Hondas, the more I sort of like got into it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember even as a kid when these came out, and we already discussed. I still to this day remember the advert.
Yeah.
And the advert of the car was a black, because they were either black on red or red on black, right?
Correct, yeah.
And there was a black one, and it was like in a field, and there was a bunch of white Civics, and then the advert title was just the black sheep, you know.
Yes,
and I always thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
But tell me about this one. It's got CRX seats in it.
Yeah. So basically, this is undergone a restoration. So when I bought it first, I had it for 2 years, thinking, what shall I do with this car? And then the more I got to know the old Honda community, I was like researching who's the best to restore it, where do I get the parts from. I mean, if you go to Honda, they don't sell these parts. You need to have contacts to get, especially the panels.
Yeah.
I mean, the engine-wise, they're pretty much quite easy to get because they share the car with the engine with a Triumph Acclaim.
Yes, of course, that's right.
So
yes.
engine-wise, you have no issues. Yeah, because they share a lot of stuff with it, and it's the panels that you getting hold of, sills, wings, you know, all the little trinkets.
Look at this thing. I mean, I'm just, what I'm marveling at is to see one of these in this era with such straight bumpers, and to see them lining up so nicely here. I'm absolutely amazed at how did you manage to do that?
That's the credit to the restorer. He's kind of sprayed that on the matte finish. So yeah, it just looks quite factory fresh.
And I noticed that this is not standard then.
No. Again, that's accumulation of all my parts build. I collected a lot of parts prior to the build. So the more I got, and then the turbo came from a lucky person who actually, he had a Mark 1 Civic at the time,
Right.
and he wanted to put the turbo comes from Turbo Technics, who actually built the turbo for a Triumph Acclaim.
Right.
It's called the Avon Turbo.
Right.
And that upped the power from about 70 horsepower to 105 horsepower.
Whoa.
And it's just
Which is lots in this.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. And
let's have a look at it.
It's still running on the original carbs,
Oh wow.
the modified original
So
carbs.
here's the
Yeah, so it's
kit.
all it's had is got the different manifold with the turbo, and then it had a modified airbox, which I've now got a cone filter on, and then the intercooler.
Oh nice. Yeah.
It's an air-to-air intercooler, and then it's got the plenum chamber and what do you call this? The fuel pressure regulator. And then I put a dump valve in it just because it's
Why
a
not?
bit 80s.
Why
kind
not?
of thing.
Yeah.
And it's got the electric fuel pump at the back now. It replaced it had originally got a mechanical fuel pump. And then to do the advance and retard, there's this Microdynamics EMS5. There's a bit of an old school thing, but nowadays people run Mega Squirt or whatever it is they use. But
So how does it feel to drive? I mean, is it very laggy or is it,
No, it's not laggy at all.
Yeah.
It picks up as little as 2,000.
Really?
What does
it rev up to? May I open the door?
Yeah, sure. It revs up to red line, to be honest.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
6,000. So it's not like VTEC high, but it's still.
I must compliment you with the interior. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. This is very similar to the CRX dash as well, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of very Honda.
Yeah. Except it's got the wooden trim. Look at that.
Yes, and it's got the Type R gear knob.
All right.
CRX seats.
Yes, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the mats specially made. It's got a special S.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
very cool.
Yeah, it's just like little things.
Yeah.
I've had the brakes modified as well. They're newer.
I remember.
Yeah. They're kind of the newer EK version brakes. So, and it's got coilovers, but I try to just conceal everything and make it look
right.
OEM.
Yeah.
So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. Things like that. And then the exhaust is a bit louder, but not too much.
No, it sounded quite meaty rolling in, but not like overly,
Yeah, that's it.
Really, really good. Dude, I must congratulate you.
Thank you very
Absolutely
much.
fantastic. You've made my day. It was worth the trip just to come and see this thing. Keep rocking it, man. Dude,
how you doing?
How you doing?
All good. How are you?
Grab the mic. Tell me about this event. Your dad was telling me that your first ever event was here.
It was absolutely.
Wow. So this is like full circle coming back here.
It is.
This is a special place for you guys.
It is. This is where we really started off. We had this road done. second row and the third row, and we
Oh,
were
wow.
absolutely shocked that.
Oh,
we
were
had
you not
that many
expecting
people.
that?
No,
Oh, I know the feeling.
People would be like, "Who's WLC? Why am I coming there?" But no, it was an amazing turnout, and we just thought this is going to be the last one before ULEZ kicks in.
That's
so
it, yeah.
whoever
yeah.
wants to come down, come down. And
How many of your members do you think, so if you sort of looked at it as a percentage, how many members do you think are being affected by ULEZ?
oh, there's going to be a big percentage. I
Yeah.
reckon at least 60-70%.
Oh,
of
as
us.
high as that,
It's
yeah.
huge, yeah.
Because
yeah.
a lot of Londoners have modern classics, right?
Exactly.
You know, because they make sense. You can actually use them and stuff like that.
And that's the
what I was
thing.
telling somebody yesterday, like, because they say, what classic should I get? And I say, well, an 80s or 90s car is like a regular car. You can just drive it.
Exactly. That's what I love about my Mark II Golf.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a modern classic.
Yeah.
But even I'm going to be affected every time I go into
It's
London.
incredible, because that's an F-Reg as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah, 89 plate. And
And that's the thing is what people don't understand, that even cars like that are, I mean, and why?
I know.
Why? You know, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
It doesn't. And then when you see other older generation of cars where you see a load of smoke coming out of them,
Yeah, I know.
it's like, how do they pass the
And
emission
this
test?
is like pristine. I mean, tell me about this car. Look at the paintwork; it's
Thank you.
gorgeous. What is the color on this?
This is a customized color by Classic Customs. I
Right.
wanted to go for a purple with a pearlescent
Yeah.
that makes it quite dark.
It's sort of aubergine sort of color, isn't it?
Some
Yeah.
people say it's like mulberry purple.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted this type of color.
And oh my God, is that why you're selling it?
Yeah, pretty much. There
Oh
is
my
a reason
God.
for that as well. And also, I would like to do another project, something
Right,
that
right.
lets me go back into London eventually. But
So are you going to get something historic?
I'm going to have to. Yeah,
that
by
what
any
you're
means, I'm
thinking?
going to have to find deep pockets.
Yeah. So I got to tell you guys, we covered your event, the big one that you did.
Yeah,
Amazing event,
Thank
incredible
you.
feedback. Yeah. What have you got planned for the year ahead now?
it's only going to be bigger and better, isn't
Really?
it? Yeah. It started off last year where we thought we'd do a show
Yeah.
like that. And then we thought we're going to have to do it again this
Yeah.
year, up the levels a little bit.
Yeah.
And then a load of people are asking me on
Yeah.
the same day,
Yeah.
Jazz, when's the next one?
Yeah,
When's the
yeah,
next one? I'm like, oh, let me get over this one first.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice to have that type of event where it's a family orientated one.
Yeah.
So no, it's nice to see everyone get together.
I
So I'm
got-
going to have to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I had so much feedback. People saying, "Oh, we didn't know about this event,"
know.
you know, and we were like, "We want to come to this," you know. And I think the mix of culture
Yeah.
was the thing that elevated it above any other car events I've been to. The
Thank
fact
you.
that you had the food, but you had the bhangra and you had the dancing and the
Yeah, it was
music,
nice.
and the guys, the Dole Collective guys and Sting, they were just incredible.
I know. And everybody's so humble as well,
Yeah.
and they're really welcoming.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I saw the video that you did with them as well. It was brilliant.
Yeah, they're a great bunch of guys. Awesome,
you,
absolutely
thank
awesome.
you.
But yeah, no, we can't wait for that to happen again. Don't know what car I'm going to bring. Don't know what car you're going to bring. We
It's
don't
going to be a
know
surprise
now.
for us all. You never know.
It's a real shame, isn't it? But it's
It
one of
is.
those things that I suppose we've got to deal with. But it hurts though, doesn't it?
It does hurt.
I mean,
It
how
does.
how connected are you to this car? You've obviously put a lot of
I
effort
put a
into
lot of
it.
effort into it, but the good thing with me, I don't get attached to my cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's my failing.
I know. A lot of people that are associated with WLC,
Yeah.
they're really attached to their car, so
Yeah.
it is their pride and joy.
Oh, yeah.
For me, my son absolutely loves this car, so
Yeah.
he would hate it if I do sell it right now.
Oh my God, that's really sad to hear, man.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, keep up the awesome work, dude.
Thank you. And yeah, this guy's amazing, by the way. Yeah, he does brilliant footage, and thank you for attending most of our shows.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Dude, that car is awesome. Tell me about the car. Tell me who you are first, and tell me about your Mustang.
I'm Tej, by the way. Nice to meet you, Shazad. Yeah, this is my 1967 Mustang Coupe, as it's known as. Not the fastback model, which has
It's a notchback, yeah. This is the notchback, yeah.
So the Ford officially called it a coupe.
Yeah.
I've only had it about a year and a half now. I bought it as it is. It's a low mileage car, which hasn't really been restored. It's had bits of paintwork in the past.
So how often do you drive it?
As much as possible.
Oh, really? And how has it
yes.
been?
It's been lovely. It's more economical than you think. These Mustangs weren't like the heavier later 70s Mustangs.
Yeah.
They became a bit big and bloated. They were 1800 kilos.
Yeah.
This only weighs 1250 kilos.
Yeah.
And this is the straight six version.
Right,
you wouldn't believe it from the noise it makes.
Yeah.
It still sounds like a V8. So it's a 3.3 litre straight six. It probably does, I'm guessing, between 30 and 35 mpg. But they're not about the MPG.
Yeah.
They drive nice. They don't.
But that's
handle.
not bad, actually,
Exactly. Yeah.
in terms of MPG.
Exactly. Yeah. My E55 Mercedes does about 18, so it's better than that.
So, okay, now you've touched on the two cars that you own, and we were talking off camera about ULEZ and how it's going to impact people. And of course, so your other car is not ULEZ compliant, but your old Mustang is because it's a
yeah.
historic status car.
Exactly. I've got 4 cars in total, but yeah, the Mercedes is the only one that isn't compliant, and it's really annoying because Euro 2 cars, as I mentioned before, they weren't. It wasn't mandatory for NOx emissions to be recorded, and I had this information given to me from Mercedes because I asked them. Euro 3 cars were from the year 2000 on. It was mandatory to record those emissions, and so that data is available. Where the data isn't available, the ULEZ system automatically defaults to the car is not compliant, even though it's the same as the car that was built 2 years later with the same engine, same exhaust system.
So
everything.
literally it's like a lottery for some people. It depends on what year car you have, and it's a lottery down to that. It's terrible, isn't it?
Exactly. And the amount of people...
So what are you going to do with the Merc?
I'm going to keep it. I'm not selling it. I mean, I live in Slough, so...
Oh, you're just outside.
I'm not affected, but my mum lives inside the zone. So if I was...
So you go to see her in the Mustang?
in the Mustang, you're my GT86, which is ULEZ compliant, and I've got a Sport Yaris as well.
Excellent. Great choice of cars there.
Yeah.
Proper driver's machines. But you know, one of the things we were speculating on, because I was chatting to a couple of guys here and we were talking about what the impact is going to be on events like this. And looking around today at some of the cars that have turned up, and this is a smallish, cozy little great place to meet friends and catch up and stuff like that.
Definitely.
But I would say 50 to 60% of cars here are non-ULEZ compliant right now.
Yes.
I think that's a fair assessment.
You'd be right.
And I think that we were thinking or we were speculating about how this, because I've sadly spoken to quite a lot of people here that are saying their cars are actually up for sale. And when I start to think about, well, how is this going to impact car culture, car events, car meets in the future? Surely more people are going to gravitate to stuff like this.
They are, yeah, and you do see that. And I think the price of the cars that are now, Y-Ridge 1983 or older, or even the cars that are 84 coming up to it, their values are obviously going to go up a bit, and the other cars, the values are going to go down. But I mean, where you read everywhere on the internet, whether it's YouTube or other forums, you can see, I mean, there's people up north saying, hey, sell the cars to us, they're still worth money to us. But so is there going to be a shift of cars moving further out of London because of this unfair rule that's going to be put in? I don't know. It's hard to say. But a lot of people at the same time are saying, I'm keeping my car, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll pay the £12.
Well, the thing is, because a lot
of
these people actually, they don't actually drive the cars regularly. The trouble is, I drive my car very regularly. But a lot of these people, they will just come out to shows. So in some cases, it'll be worth it to just keep it and just pay the £12.50 when you're coming to an event, right? Yes. But on the other hand, I think that it'll be interesting to see how this does affect the car culture. But one of the things somebody said to me is like, will it kill car culture? I don't believe anything will kill car culture.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's too strong. It's been going for too many years. There's been changes to laws and legislations over the years in different countries, in different parts of the world, and I don't think it's ever going to be killed fully. But it's not nice where you feel, you're being targeted as a group. And I think that's what a lot of people who own classic cars, especially the 80s cars, which are amazing. I mean, they're beautiful. Look at these.
The great thing about the 80s and the 90s classics cars, because I think it's fair to call some 90s cars classics as well now, that they are cars that actually you can use. They're actually quite efficient. They're actually quite reliable.
Yes.
They got power steering. They got servo-assisted brakes. They're quite modern in the way that they drive.
Yes.
So they're actually quite feasible, regular cars to use. And I could drive that BMW all day long. It's not a problem. And I think it's a real shame that sometimes when you get slightly older, I mean your car is fabulous, but some cars you get slightly older, then it's a bit of a compromise. It's a little bit of relearning how to drive and stuff like that, right?
I understand what you mean. And after obviously 2000, after the 90s. That's when things got more complicated because more electronics coming in. So as you say, the 80s and 90s cars are perfect.
It's the peak time, really, isn't it? Yeah. And those are the ones, sadly, that have fallen into that ULEZ gap.
Yes. So I don't know what's going on. There seems to be some court cases going on from what I'm reading. I don't know how efficient they're going to be because now it's Tuesday. It's going to be implemented.
Yeah. So bank holiday, and then it's Tuesday. So I think it's going to happen. But once again, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. What is the reaction that you get when you drive this around Slough?
Well, thumbs up. Well, I drive it. I took it to Bournemouth as well a few weeks ago. So I drive it about where I can as much as possible. It's a comfortable car. It handles well.
The interior is beautiful on this.
Yeah, that was a custom job that was done in America before it was shipped over.
Right.
As you see on the number plates and on the sticker on the windscreen, it says Muscle Car UK, and that's really a sidearm of Pilgrim Motorsports.
Right.
They import very nice Mustangs, and this was a car that they imported in 2019. So it's
So this is a company that imported it. So they're specialists in doing that. But what do you think is the viability of privately importing these cars? Do you think that's a good option, or do you think that best to leave it to the experts, or would you attempt to do that yourself?
Not really, because the difficulty is knowing what the actual condition of the car is. You know, so there's you see the stories where there's lies on the condition of the car, and you physically can't see it yourself.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a gamble. If you know what you're doing, then fair enough. I think with the taxes and everything added on, you don't really save a lot of money as opposed to buying it probably from somebody private in the UK. Dealers tend to want a little bit more money, of course. But you wouldn't save a lot of money, I think, importing it yourself, from my own research.
Right. Fair enough, man. Thank you for bringing the car, and thanks for talking to me today, Tej.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? That's the way to do it. So say that again.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our channel. We're looking about cars. So this one is a BMW.
This one.
Yeah.
What about the one behind you? Is that not a BMW?
Yeah, that's a 3.2 iSport.
Oh my God! So this is what's happened now is that my channel has been taken over. That's it. That's it. It's not my channel anymore. It's the Brown Car Kids. That's the new. It's the new channel now.
Yep.
That's what it is, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's find out about who these kids are.
My name is Jaden Kalon and I'm 10 years old.
My name is Manjot and I'm 6 years old.
And what's your favorite car?
Mine's a Mercedes.
Is that because your dad has one?
Yeah.
My dad has this one.
This is your car.
Sport, yeah.
You said this is your dad's car.
Yes, mine.
But that's not. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Your dad told me that this is your car.
It's written in my name.
No way. You can't wait to drive it, I guess.
Yep.
How many years left till you drive it?
About 8. Yeah.
But have
just after ULEZ.
you been practicing secretly?
Yeah, on the video games, you know.
So you reckon you know how to drive this car though?
Yep.
What do you love so much about this car?
It's just like its color is very rare. It's licensed for the year when it was made. It's a J-Reg.
Yeah.
And it's really rare, really. Yeah.
And what do you like about Mercedes?
That I like about the launch.
The launch?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so cool. And have you had a look at the other cars here today?
Yeah.
Which car did you like apart from the Mercedes?
Porsche.
Oh, nice. Which Porsche? The 911?
Yeah.
The one that was here before?
Yeah.
That was a cool looking car, wasn't it? Yeah. So what cars do you like apart from your BMW 325?
E30.
320? Is it 320 or
325 iSport.
It's a 325 iSport, yeah.
I like the E30. The E30 M3.
M3. There's one over there, isn't there? There's a red one over there. Yeah. Have you had a look at that car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah. I really like. And I like the Mustang.
That's now you're talking my language. That's awesome. Anyway, kids, thanks so much for talking to me and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
You want to say bye to your channel? Yeah.
Bye.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
There you go. He's got it down. He's got it down. Thanks so much, guys. This yours?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this a Japanese import?
It's a Japanese import.
Yeah, because it's got Fair Lady on it.
That's
so I was
right,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
unusual.
Yeah,
so when did you get it? Did you get it as an import? Did you get it here?
I bought it from Japan.
Right,
So I bought
right.
it myself back in 2007. So it's been.
So did you always want one of these, or is it because it's a very specific thing to do to go to Japan to get one?
No, yeah, I always liked these cars back then. So they were quite popular then. They were quite fast. You know, went up against the Porsches and things like that for half the money. So yeah, now it's become a classic. So it's a bit different now. It's you have to be careful with it while you're driving and everything. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's a keeper for you.
It is, yeah. I've had it for so long. You know, the mileage is good on it. So
Have you done much? Have you done much to it, or?
no? I mean, yeah, just change the wheels and things like that. Body kit. But apart from that, nothing else. Just been driving it, servicing, and that's it. Yeah.
How many of these are left in the UK? Because back in the day, there used to be plenty of them, didn't there? But now
Probably about I don't know, maybe 1,000 or so.
Yeah. Well, these were great cars, and they're just great all-round everyday cars, aren't they? As well.
Yeah. That's right. You could drive them every day, but you got to watch the bumps.
Yeah.
They're reliable. So yeah, I've never had any issues from the mechanical wise.
That's right. Well,
So
it's a Nissan, you know.
even now, it's been standing. I think I had it standing for about 2 years. I just brought it out.
Oh,
now.
really?
Just recently recommissioned it about a week ago, so it needs a bit of work done to it. But
What
still,
year is this?
This is a 94.
94.
Yeah.
So some of the cars are heading off now. The meter's coming to a close, but it's been interesting. I've been talking to quite a lot of people here at the event, and you get this overriding sense of foreboding, of sadness a little bit. That because I mean, like I said before, I mean, 60% of the cars were probably non-ULEZ compliant here, but they're people's pride and joy. You know, their cars are very important to them, and there's a sadness that they're like, well, you know, a lot of these guys will continue to keep these cars and continue to bring them out because, you know, some of them are show cars, they don't come out that often. But for a lot of people, the cars are cars that they actually use. But they also recognize the fact that it's going to hit car events and car culture. So I don't know really what to say, but it's just really sad to have this inflicted upon cars that actually don't get used that much, but bring a lot of joy to the people that drive them, own them, and also the people that come to look at them. Completely out of order.
Brown car guy.
Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please hit the like button and share this video as well if you can. And while you're at it, check out these guys who also sponsor my content. I am deeply grateful to them because it helps me to buy new equipment, put fuel in the cars, and yes, buy a cup of coffee. You can do the same. Just go here or right here on YouTube. Just hit these three little dots down here and click on thanks. Make sure you're signed in first. My content is free, but this is how you can help me keep it that way. I may even send you a gift. Oh, by the way, watch this next.